Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. So inshallah we will start Surah Luqman today. It says Surah number 31, and we will learn first 5 ayats today, then we'll continue inshallah. So we'll do a simple translation first. Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Alif Lam Mim. Tilka ayatul kitabil hakim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says these are the verses of a book, or the book which is wise, which is full of wisdom. Hudan means a guidance. So this book has the sifat of guiding the people. Wa rahmatan lil muhsinin, and it's a mercy for those who do good. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains who are the muhsinin, who are the good doers. Alladhina, those people, yuqimuna salata, those who establish the salat, the prayer. Wa yu'tuna zakata, and they give out the charity. Wahum, and those people, bil akhirati, in the hereafter, hum yuqinun, they are the ones who have certain faith. Ulaika, such are the people, or those are the people, ala hudam min rabbihim, they are upon the guidance from their Lord. Wa ulaika humul muflihun, and those are the people who will attain success, or they will be successful both in this world and in the hereafter. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the situation of a person or those people who do things other than, and instead they try to take the benefit of some kind by misleading people. So Allah says, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, and among the people, some people among them, مَن يَشْتَرِي, is the one or are those who buys or who purchases, lahawal hadisi, the amusing statement, something they say that is very amusing to the people. لِيُضِلَّ, so his intention or is that he wants to mislead an sabilillah, from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bighayri ilmin, without any knowledge that he has. The other thing is that وَيَتَّخِذَهَا هُزُوًا, and he takes this thing, and this is pointing to the ilm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he takes as huzwa, as some object of mockery or laughing or making fun. Ulaika, those are the people, lahum adabum muhin, Allah says that for them is a punishment which is very disgracing, humiliating punishment they will encounter here in this life as well as in the hereafter. So this is just a simple translation. Inshallah we'll do the detailed breakdown of all these verses. The surah starts with the 3 letters Alif Lam Mim. I just want to point out a couple things, that the word qata'a means to cut something, but if I put a shadda on the middle letter, this word is called qatta'a. Qatta means to separate out. Why we are using this word? These 3 letters which are written as an alif, lam, joined with a mim, these are called huruf muqatta'at. Muqatta is from this word qatta, separated. Why are they called separated? Because alif is written separately, lam and mim are joined, but they are recited separately. So alif does not have any harkat on it, so it's just a vertical line. It should be read as alif only without stretching. Lam and mim are written together, but they are recited separately. Lam, it has a mad on it, and mim has a mad on. Few things to point out is that in the tajweed of the Quran, these are the only three letters, waw, alif and ya, that you will find in the Quran that have a mad on them. Okay, but in the huruf muqattat, you can have mad on any of the letters. So here you can see that the two letters lam and mim should be pronounced with a long mad sound. Number one. Number two, what are these letters for? This was the style of the Arabic writers, that whenever in the past, even before the revelation of the Quran, when they will write an essay or an article or something, they will add some letters in the beginning, and that was the style of writing. So Quran continued the same style what was being used in the society, and in the beginning of some surahs, some letters are presented. Nobody knows. People try to draw the meanings of. There are no. Only Allah knows. But this is the way the Arabic script was written before. That in some important articles, some important essays, some letters would be written by the author, and the author would know what he is trying to say. So that is what the significance of these three letters are. Alif, lam, mim should be recited with a stretching sound. The second ayat is tilka ayatul kitabil hakim. The word tilka is called isme ishara, and it is used to point to something at a distance. And this is a feminine word. So if you have a feminine object and you want to point to that and tell somebody about that object, the word tilka is used. Tilka is used for singular, but if there is a group of the items, then tilka is also used. So in English, if you are translating a group of things, then tilka will be translated as these are. And if it's only one object, it will be this or that is, but the object has to be feminine. Okay, how in this ayat the word ayatun is a feminine word, and it is written this way in the Arabic script, ayatun. Add one dhamma, two dhammas at the end, the sound of noon. Ayatun is one single ayat or one single verse or one single sign. Okay, it's plural. When you make the plural of this word, very simple. The idea in the scripting is that this is a round ta at the end. You open up this ta and make it a regular ta. And with this ya after this fatah, just put a short alif there, alif maqsura, and pronounce as ayatun. Okay. The correct and full word is ayatun. Ayatun is a group. So for the group we are using the word tilka. This is a feminine word. Ayatun is a singular feminine. Ayatun is a plural feminine. So for that we are using the word tilka. So these are the verses. Now the word in the Quran is ayatu, one dhamma, one page, but the actual word is ayatun. So how this is going to be? We have another word. I'm just going to write down kataba, which means to write, and kitabun. In the script it is written also this way, and with a long alif also. Kitabun. Kitabun means a book, could be any book. Then when you put the al before that, it becomes the book. And al will bring the in the picture, and now it became a specific book. And to be more specific, from the context here, this is Al-Quran, the Quran which is being revealed to Prophet ﷺ. Al also does one thing. When you put al before that, before a noun, it removes one pesh or one dhamma, so the word becomes al-kitabu. So you have two words, ayatun and al-kitabu. Ayatun means verses, plural, and this is the book. These are two separate words, two separate nouns. What we want to do, we want to combine these two. In English, you can just put an off in between, and this rule is called mudaf mudaf ilayh, where you're adding one word into the other. Mudaf is from the idafa. Idafa means adding something into something. So here we are adding one word into the other word, which means we are joining the two words in English by putting off. So the English word will be verses of the book. Okay. Now in Arabic there is no off. So what we do as a rule, we modify both of these words. How do we modify? We take the first word and instead of two dhammas or two pesh, we change into one. And the second one, we take this last letter, dhamma, always on the last letter, and change to a kasra or zair. Two things. Third thing is that when you read them together, you read jointly, combined. You don't say ayato or al-kitabi. You do not pronounce this alif in between. So alif sound disappears and it is written as a small swad, which is called hamzatul wasl. And don't read that ayatul kitabi. So off in English, in Arabic you have to make these three changes. Two dhammas goes to one on the first noun, it becomes ayatu. Second one becomes al-kitabi. Third one, you don't pronounce alif in between, so ayatul kitabi. The verses of the book. Tilka ayatul kitabi, these are the verses of the book. Now the next word which is coming with that, the word is from hakama. Hakama means to have some wisdom, and hakimun, something which is wise, is hakim. Hakimun. Do the same thing, you put al before that. Al means the wise thing, and al will remove one dhamma or one pesh, so it become al-hakimu. Actual word is al-hakimu, the wise, something that has a wisdom in it. Now, another rule is that if you have a noun or you have an ism, and you are giving this ism or noun a sifat, an adjective, a quality, a naat, then that word has to follow the structure of the noun. So this is al-kitabi, its sifat will be al-hakimi. So that will tell you that the next word is the adjective or quality or sifat of the book. So this book is wise book. Okay, the ayat belong to the book, and the book itself is a wise book. So when you read all of them together, ayatul kitabil hakimi is the word. When you stop, you do not pronounce hakimi. The last letter should not be pronounced with a harakat, it should be sukoon. So you pronounce hakim, and Qari will probably stretch on the ya. So he will say hakim. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Tilka ayatul kitabil hakim. These are the verses of the book, not any book. The book, which is the wise, which is full of the wisdom. Okay. Now, so this is the definition of the book and the ayat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is starting the surah with. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions two more items about this book. One is hudan and one is rahmatan here. Now, the root letters are very common, ha, dal and ya, and ra, ha and mim. So this means to guide, ha, dal, ya, and rahamim means to have mercy. The noun is made by combining that who, done. You do not pronounce the ya. This is rahmatun. But both of these words, rahmatun, as I pointed out, that whenever you saw a round thigh at the end of the word, chances are that this is a feminine word. So rahmat is a feminine word. Full word is rahmatun. Now, these two words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning both of these as a hal, a situation, a kafiyat of this book. So those people who know the word, what kafiyat is a hal of a person. If a person is coming in the room and he is laughing, that is the hal of that person. Okay, and the quality of the hal is that when you define the word to mention the kafiyat or hal of a person, as a rule of the Arabic script, the last letter, two dhammas, are changed into two fathas or two zabars. So this word, original word is rahmatun. If you see the word rahmatan with two fathas, that means something is being mentioned before, and this word is defining the kafiyat of that word. So what is the kafiyat or kaf hal of that? Al-Hakim and Al-Kitab, that is a rahmat. Okay. Also, hudan. So originally, if you make the grammar, originally this should have two dhammas on it, but because of the sound of this ya, it changes to hudan. This is in nasab state, if you want to call that in the grammar. So both of these conditions, hudan, when you read with a waw in between, then you don't pronounce noon, but you pronounce noon gunna. Adgham, hudam, because of the waw. Warahmatan, if we stop there, it is rahmatan, but next word will also change it. So the kafiyat or hal of this book is that this is a book which is wise, but its condition is such that its status its hal is such that it is a guidance, hudan. Then other thing is that it is a rahmatan. Now, important thing to notice is that the next word which is coming after that will further define the quality of this book and the quality of these two words also. So let's understand the next word. Next word starts with these letters as hasana. These three root letters, and three letters belong to the bab, which is called bab fa'ala. I'm going to make a bigger word by adding an alif in the beginning. It becomes af'ala. Af'ala has ahasana. Different in the meaning. Hasana means to be good. To be good. You yourself are good. Ahasana is to do good, which means you are doing good to others. Here you are being good to yourself, at least one of the meanings, but here you are doing good to other people. When you make a noun or a doer or a person in this word, we put a meme in the beginning with dhamma. Like Muslim, mushrik, muflis, they are coming from the four letters, and in those four letters, first letter is alif. That's the construct. So when you make the noun of this thing, it becomes moho, second letter seen, and noon. This combines with the first letter, it's pronounced as moho. Second letter seen should have a kasra, and last letter should have two dhammas or two peshes. So the full word is pronounced as mohosinun, muslimun, muflisun. So the construct of a doer, a person who is doing the activity, is made in this sound. Mohosinun. Mohosinun is a person, a single person who does good things. So that's the definition. In Urdu, Mohsen is taken as someone who's doing the ihsan, which is a very limited meaning. In Arabic, any good deed you are doing to others, you are Mohsin of that person. Mohsinun is the full word. Now, we are going to expand this word. Okay? So the word is Moho, Si, and then Nun, and Nun at the end. Moho, Si, Nun. One person, singular. We want to make the plural of that one. Plural is made by simple rule, is that you add a vav in there. Moho, Si, Nuna. So, you take two noons and put a vav in between. Okay. Mohsinuna. Full word is Mohsinuna. You can stop and say Mohsinun. Mohsinuna are those people who do good deeds. Okay. Now we are going to expand this word further. We are going to put an al before that. Al means the. So the word became Al-Muhsinuna, those special people who do good deeds, who do good work. Okay, Al-Muhsinuna. Now we are going to add one more letter, which is lam in the beginning with a kasra, and this is a harf jar. It means for. So when harf jar comes in the picture, it affects the noun after that. If it is a plural word, it takes this vav here and changes into a ya. Okay, and the sound dhamma or noon changes into a kasra, so it becomes al lil muhsin, and then you do not pronounce this alif, so this goes away, it becomes hamzatul wasl. So it becomes, actually you don't even write this alif in this format, so it becomes lil muhsinina. Lil muhsinina, for those people who are doer of good. Muhsinina, the doer of the good. Lil, li is making for, and the formation makes combined word as lil muhsinina. Now translate the ayat again. Hudan wa rahmatal lil muhsinina, specifying that the guidance and the rahmah is only for those who do good. Those people who are not doing good, who are doing evil, this book, even though it is Al-Kitab and it is Al-Hakim, has no effect on them. It is not a guidance for them. It is not a rahmat for them, because now it has been narrowed down. The quality of this book, kafiyat or hal of this book is such that it will affect only the right doers, not evil doers. So then you have to really understand the full context of the ayat, that the book is guidance and rahmat only for those who intend and do the righteous and good deeds. The evil doers, the book has no effect. They can read it, they can play around with that, they can do anything they want to do. They can, say, oh, how great this book is. But if they are not doing the righteous deeds themselves, then this book has no effect on them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes into further that who are those muhsineen? What are the sifat? What are the qualities of the muhsineen? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in this ayat is mentioning three specific sifat which are must. You can do a lot of things, but if you don't do these three things, then you are not going to be counted among the muhsineen. First one, allazina. Allazina is a plural. Allazi means he, one person. Allazina, plural, those people. The word, before I break down, there are many words which are repeating here. Is as I mentioned, one of the words, just hasana, 3 letters, and they belong to the group fa'ala, and we make bigger words by adding alif in the beginning, and this called bab number 4. This is bab number 1. Bab is just a group of wordings they have done in Arabic. So in the group of wording where the first letter starts an alif and the 3 letters repeat from here is ahsana. And quality of this type of words is that hasana is being you are being good yourself, which means it's a one person activity. Ahsana is more than one person. One person is doing good, one person is receiving good. So this type of words have multiple people involved in that. Not one person, but ahsana. Ahsana, you doing good, another person is receiving good from you. So when you use these words and then you make the grammar, there is a difference in the rule of the grammar. For example, let's just take the standard word, how to make the grammar. If you have these, we use fa and ain and lam to learn the grammar. So the bab 1 will be fa'ala, bab number 4 will be af'ala, 4 letters. Now I want to make a word present tense third person. Fa'ala means to do. If I want to say they are doing or they do, present tense or future mudare. So to make a word, a verb, where you are translating in English, they do. So for that, we add a ya in the beginning. Ya points to the third person. Now you are making a third person. Then waw is added to make the plural. If waw is not there, this would mean he. Waw will make. And we add a letter called noon, which is called noon-e-arabi. This has certain functions. So you have to add these 3 letters in this 3 letters, and this will be fa, ain, and lam. Okay. Fa'ala means to do. Yaf'aluna. This means they do, or they are doing, or they will do. So by adding a ya in the beginning, we are bringing third person. By adding a waw, we are bringing a plural, and noon is addition. It's called noon-e-arabi. Harakat should be that first letter should have a fatha on it and combine with fa. So it will be yaf, a, lu, na. Exactly same way it has to be pronounced. When you pronounce it this way, you write it this way, then it will bring the meaning of they do. Third person and plural and present tense. Now, this is the rule of when you are 3 letters. If you are having 4 letters here, 4 letters, okay, so if I further explain, yaf'aluna means they are doing good, okay? But when we come in the group of the 4 letters, bab 4 with the alif in the beginning, as I mentioned, this is the activity of 2 people. So when you make a grammar of this, which means some people are doing good to some other people, because it becomes the group activity of 2 parties. So how do we make the plural that carries this meaning in 4 letters? We follow the same letters. First one is a ya, then we add a waw for a plural and a noon with a fataha. Then we put these 3 letters in between. But we do one different thing here. If it is, this is 4 letters, this is 3 letters. For the 4 letters that has a alif in the beginning, we put a pesh or dhamma instead of fataha. One change. Second change is that third letter, which was ain, we instead of fataha or zabar, we put a kasra or zair. And rest of them is same. So when you say yafa'aluna, which means it can be any word. If you see the first letter ya with a fataha, that means this belongs to 3 letters. If you see the word first letter ya with a dhamma and a pesh, that means it belongs to 4-letter words. And in this word, there is activity of 2 parties. So now let's look at the word. Notice the word alladhina yuqimuna. Ya has a dhamma here on the first word yuqimuna. That means this word is meeting all the characteristics of this words. It has a ya in the beginning. So yuqimuna, waw is there for plural, noon is there. So what is the yuqimuna? Okay, so let's so the formation will be, to make the grammar, we have to put a ya, first letter, but with a pesh or dhamma, and third letter with a kasra, which is there. So now let's look at the word qaf, waw, and mim, 3 letters. Okay, these 3 letters belong to the group fa'ala, and the meaning is to stand. If you are standing from a sitting position, you will use the word qawma. Now, I'm going to make a bigger word with af'ala, and you put an alif in the beginning. So it becomes 4 letters. Okay. What is the meaning of 4 letters in this case? The English meaning is to establish. Okay. They are very close. To stand means you are doing something for yourself, but to establish you are doing for others also. You're establishing a school, you're establishing a masjid, which means you are actually making it for others. So all people can benefit that. Okay. So these are the words. So if you put a ya in the beginning and runa at the end, this will be yuqimuna. Yuqimuna means this. Now what happens is that the sound of these kasra under waw changes into a ya. So it becomes yuqimuna. Yuqimuna means they, third person, plural, are establishing something. They are making something which will benefit the people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using the word before as-salat. Yuqimuna salata. Allazina, those are the people who have those qualities. One of their functions is in their life, they work to establish the salat, not pray their own salat, not stay home and watch games and not come for the prayers. Okay, establish. If nobody comes, then you are not establishing the jamaat of the salat. If you are not building the masjid, you are not establishing the activity of the salat in the society. If you are not teaching others how to pray, you are not establishing the salat in the society. So Allah doesn't say that they pray their own. They work towards establishing the prayer, establishing the as-salat, the prayer, the 5-time prayers. So it is a duty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for muhsineen, that they should work to establish, to build the institute of the salat in the society. Not only pray their own salat at home, they need to come to masjid, establish the jamaat of the salat, and bring other people to the salat. That is the quality, first highest quality of muhsineen is yuqimuna salata. A salat is simple prayer, so I'm not translating that one, but as-salata is the prayer. Actually, if I briefly mention, that is a rule also applying here, is that the root letters are swad, lam, and waw. This means to worship or pray, and the word is salatun. Waw is not pronounced. qualities of this word is that salatun. This waw is not pronounced. Salah. Ta marbuta is telling you that this is a feminine word. Okay. Put the al in the beginning, it becomes al, and al removes one dhamma, so it becomes al salatu. Swad is a shamsi letter. It kills the sound of lam and repeats its own sound twice. So you put a shadda there, you remove the sukoon there and pronounce as-salatu. As-salatu. Important thing is that when you make the word first time, the last letter has a dhamma or a pesh on it. So the full word, if it is not coming in the sentence, is asu. Alif combines with the swad. Lam has an alif, waw is not pronounced. As-salatu is the word. Now, this word as-salatu means the prayer is a noun and it is coming as an object of yuqimuna. Yuqimuna is a verb they establish, and an object where work is done is called the object or a maf'ul. When a word comes as a maf'ul to or object to represent that quality, we take the last letters dhamma and change into a fataha. So if you change if you see the fataha or a zabar on the last letter, that means somebody is working on this thing. Yuqimuna salata, they are working on the prayer, which means they are working to establish the prayer. So the word in the Quran is a salata. Why changed? Because characteristic of something that's being worked on is represented by. So in Arabic, the information itself is placed inside the word. By changing last letter dhamma to a fataha, we are saying this word itself cannot do anything. Somebody is working on that. So somebody is working on the salat and they are establishing the salat. The other thing is yu'tuna zakata. Couple things I want to point out there. Again, as zakata is at the wazn of a salata. Actual word is zakatu, but again it's becoming as a maf'ul of yu'tuna. It becomes zakata. But in this word, in this case, the root letters are alif, ta and ya. These three letters, they belong to the fa'ala group, and the meaning of these three is to come. Okay. Ata, alif, ta and ya. I'm going to make a bigger word of Allah, and so it will become two alifs here. Alif, alif, ta and ya. Okay. Four letters, two alifs in the beginning, the meaning changes, means to give. So this is the word that we are going to use. Now, in the Arabic, when you see the two alifs like that, they are written as one hamza and one alif. This is just writing. In Urdu script Quran, they take the two letters alif together and put like this. It's just different way of scripting it. So depending on which script of the Quran you are reading, in Arabic script, Usmani script, two alifs are written with one hamza and one alif. In Indo-Pak script, two alifs together are written one on top of the other, but that's writing. Now, so this becomes actually, in Arabic script, it became one hamza and one alif. Now it is pronounced as ata, not ata. If you pronounce short, ata, that means to come. Ata, two alifs, means to give. Now, these are four letters, and we learned that how to make the grammar of four letters. You starts with a ya in the beginning, put a waw for a plural and a noon at the end, and this ya, because it's coming from the four letters, will have a pesh or dhamma on that. Okay. So now you have three letters, alif, ta and ya. Ya is a weak letter, we drop that out. and we combine ya with the hamza and a ta. So it becomes yu'tuna. Don't pronounce, 90% of the people read it wrong. They say yutuna. It is not yutuna. This wow which is written here is a chair. It's not there. It does not even exist there. It is placed in the script to support they call chair for hamza. Like hamza is so poor that it falls down by itself. So they put a wow underneath there and they says this is a chair for the wow. Don't read wow, don't pronounce wow. There is no wow anywhere in the whole thing. So wow is just placed there to support hamza. Okay, so it became you. Don't pronounce you like English you. You tu na. Okay, you tu na. This wow is the wow of plural. Okay, so you tu na means they give or they are giving. What are they giving? As zakat, the charity. Zakat has multiple meanings. It can be poor due, it can be charity, or it can be sadaqah, or anything you define in a general terminology. Helping others who are in need. There are multiple ways of helping: sadaqah, zakat, poor due, or any other way of helping. So those people do that. Third thing these people do, wahum bil akhirati hum yuqinun. Hum means they. Again, they are allazina, those people. Bil akhirati. Again, just want to point out that the word is akhiratun. Just quickly writing that. Akhiratun. Round ta. Akhiratun. Akhara means the last one. Akhiratun is the very last one. Akhirat is also the day of judgment, the end. And it's a feminine word because it has a ta marbuta at the end and hamza at the beginning. Then you can put al before that. So it will become, al will remove on the mas, will become al akhiratu. Then you put b with a kasra. This means in, it's a harf jar. Harf jar changes last letter dhamma to a kasra. Bil akhirati, in the hereafter. Okay, these people whom they are yuqinun. So yuqinun, the word we know yaqeen. Okay, yaqeen means to know something with certainty, with definiteness, with confirmation. So again, notice that yuqinun. Just look at this pattern is repeating. Ya in the beginning with the dhamma is for third person. Wow is for the plural. Noon is noon Arabic we add there. Okay, so yuqimun, yuqinun, yuf'ilun. They are repeating in this word in these ayat. So this word is from the yaqeen, qaina, and the word will be yuqinuna. They believe with certainty. They believe, yuminuna and yuqinuna. Yuminuna is simply believe. Yuqinuna, you believe and you are certain of that. They are sure about the akhirat. They don't have any doubts about the may come, may not come, all this. Definitely they have firm belief in the hereafter. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim. The words are repeating. Ulaika means those people. Pronunciation is, do not pronounce, just quickly I want to say, it comes many times. Alif has a hamza and waw has a circle. So do not pronounce this waw. Lam has a short alif, but after that is hamza. And because of this hamza, this will become a long mad. So pronunciation is important. Do not pronounce oo. Wow is not supposed to pronounce oo. Simple oo. Stretch this one. La ika. Ulaika means they, those people, such people. ala hudan. Ala means upon. Hudan means guidance. They are upon the guidance. Mir Rabbihim. Rabb is Lord. Just quickly point out that the word is Rabbun. We repeat this quite a few here. Rabbun means Lord. Hum means they. So when you combine Rabbuhum, Lord of they or their Lord. So Rabbun becomes Rabbo. Rabbuhum, their Lord. But their word is before that, Allah. No, actually the word before that is min. Min means from. Min is a harf-e-jar. Harf-e-jar looks at the next word and changes pesh to a kasra or dhamma to a zair, and then you read them together. Min changes to mir because ra changes the sound of noon to itself. It is not hunna, it's not idgham. Don't say min. Mir, completely noon gone. Mir. Mir Rabbi. To make easy on the tongue, we take this page and pronounce, Qari does that, him. There's no grammar there. It's just a tajweed. So, mir Rabbihim, from their Lord. This guidance is not their quality. They don't achieve by their hard work, but this is a gift from their Lord. That is the meaning of mir Rabbihim, from their Lord. Then Allah says, wa ulaika, and those are the people, humul muflihun. Again, the same pattern, fa, lam, and ha. 3 letters, falaha, and 4 letters is aflaha. Af'ala. Okay. So this becomes aflaha. Okay. Aflaha means to get the success. Falaha means to have success. Aflaha means someone is giving you the success. Aflaha. Every word has so much detailed background and understanding that this falah, that success that you get, is not your own quality. It is gifted by someone, and it is being gifted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as we know that when we make the doer on these 4 letters like muslimun or muflisun, this will become muflihun. Muflihun. Muflihun is the one who achieves the, or who is gifted the falah, the gifted the success. Okay. Muflihun. This word is the plural of that. Muflihuna, those people who attain success. Al-muflihuna, the people. So these are only the people who will do these things. They will succeed in the world and hereafter. Otherwise, rest of the people will be losers. Doesn't matter how much wealth and reputation they have accumulated in the worldly life. They will be the losers, they will be in khasara. Al-muflihun are only these people who meet these criterion. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next ayat talks about wa minan nasi. Now the word min is important. Min with the kasra here is from or among. Okay. Okay. The word is an-nasu. An-nasu means the people. Nas, ins is one person. Nasun is the plural. And we put al, so it becomes an-nasu. An-nasu means the people, the mankind, the human being. It's a plural. Min is a harf-e-jar. Harf-e-jar will change an-nasu to an-nasi. When you read them together, for the pronunciation, you remove this sukoon and replace by a fataha. The word by itself is not mina, but for reading we are changing noon, so we can say nan. Alif is not recited, So it becomes Hamzatul Wasl. Minan Nasi, among the people. Allah saying wa minan Nasi, and among some people, among the people, among all the people. Man. See the difference between man and min? Man means he or who. Based on the translation, you can translate he or who. Min, that we learn, this word is among. Man means he or whoever or he. So this is yashtari. Yashtari is from Sheen, Ra and Ya. This means to trade, to buy and sell. 3 letters. Fa'ala. To make, in this case, we make a bigger letter by adding a alif and a ta. So it becomes ifta'ala. If you add 2 letters, one is alif, one is ta, it becomes a bigger word and it has a different meanings. So in these, we are going to add these letters, alif and a ta. And other 3 letters are Sheen, Ra and Ya. Sheen, Ra and Ya. This word is pronounced as ishtara. Okay, as I mentioned, the meaning of Sha, Ra and Ya is to buy and sell. But ishtara is used to purchase something. Ishtara means to purchase something, to buy something. And when you put ya in the beginning, it becomes the grammar of 3rd person. Yashtari, he buys. It's a singular. Waminan nasi, and among the people, man is he who yashtari buys something, purchase, goes out and buys something. What does he buy? Lahwal hadisi. Lam, ha, and waw are the root letters. Noun is lahavun. This word is used in Urdu also. We use all the time. Lahavo la'ab. Lahavo la'ab is lahavun. Lahav means useless, amuse, any bekar conversation. Has no meaning. Okay. Lahav, something that has absolutely no value, you're just playing around, saying something doesn't make any sense. All those things are called lahav. Okay. Hadith means a statement. Hadith, unless we are saying hadith and nabawi, that's a different thing. But the word hadasa means a statement or making a statement. So say something. A word. Hadithun is a statement or a word. Hadithun, full word is hadithun, a statement, a word. When you put al, it becomes the. Al will remove one dhamma, so it will become al hadithu. Al hadithu means the word, the statements, the sentence. Then you combine this with lahavun. As I mentioned, lahavun is one word, al hadithu is another word. You join these two things by putting an off in between. So off means a statement of amusement, a statement or a word of useless value. When you combine, then 2 dhammas on this one change into 1, and al hadiso changes to al hadisi and brings the meaning of off. So lahavul hadisi is the word. Important thing is that there were 2 dhammas, we removed 1. So word by itself is lahavul. Wow has a pesh, dhamma. Lahavul hadisi is a statement of amusement, useless conversation. People do all the time. Okay, has no value, has no importance. Lahawal hadisi. So this word is lahavu. It's coming as a maful. Work is being done on this word. It's being bought. So when you do that, the last letter on this one will change dhamma to a fatha to represent that this is object. Maful, work is being done. So yashtari is making lahwo to lahwa. So that's what is in the Quran. Lahwal hadisi. A man, among the people, is he, a person, yashtari, who goes and buys, he spends his money to gain the useless conversation. Okay? Sitting down in a gathering and spending money there and having no sense conversation. Okay? But Allah says this particular person has another intention, which is liyudilla an sabilillah. So dalala means to go astray. Dallin are those people who go astray. Okay? So this is again belong to Bab Fa'ala, 3 letters. To go wrong, to go misguided. Again, the structure of the language is amazing. And in the Quran, I noticed that a certain patterns repeat so much in few ayats, and then in some other ayats, some other pattern repeats. Okay? In this, constantly this Bab number 4 is repeating here. So this become adulala. So what's the difference between dalala and adulala? Dalala means you go astray, you go wrong yourself. Adulala, you are sending another person wrong. You are guiding another person to misguidance. Gumrah karna, gumrah hona, gumrah karna. You are misleading other people, so that's the activity of this Bab. So adulala means to mislead someone. Again, the rule is that you put a ya with a dhamma in the beginning, it becomes third person. So it becomes yud li lo. Yud li lo means he misleads other people. 2 lams can be written with a shadda, so it becomes yudillo. So this word now becomes yudillo. Yudillo means he misleads. So word is yo dillo. Third person, he, and he is this one who is buying the yashtari. He is misleading the other people. Yudillo. Now this lam is called lam-e-ta'lil, and it means so that. So the meaning before lam was that yudillo, he, third person, misleads. I'm going to write down here. Misleads others. Okay, third person and present tense. Okay, now we're going to put lam there. Lam-e-ta'lil is so that. Now what this lam does couple things. Lam looks at the next word and changes dalla to dallo to dalla. Lam last letter changes to a fatha and brings the meaning of may. Okay, instead of definitely he misleads, so he may mislead. So to make a sentence like that, we put a lam in the beginning and change this to a fataha. It becomes liyudilla, so that he may mislead the pupil. Yashtari, he buys. Lahwal hadisi, a useless conversation. His purpose is so that he may mislead. An sabilillah, common words are very much known in the language. Sabil means the path, sabilun means the path, and Allah, sabilullah, path of Allah, way of Allah. An is a harf jar, it will change sabilullah to sabilillahi. Okay, the common combination keeps coming that way. So he may mislead the others from the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, common word ghayrun means other, and ilmun, knowledge. Full word is ilmun. Now you combine these two without knowledge. Okay, when you combine these, ilmun becomes ilmin, and ghayru lose one, the ghayrun changes to ghayru. Ghayru ilmin means of no knowledge. Then we put B in the beginning, which is harf jar. Ghayru changes to ghayri. Bi ghayri means without. In English there is only one word. Bi ghayri, without, or having not knowledge. So this person is bi ghayri ilmin, without any knowledge. True knowledge, the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without having that knowledge, he goes and does all those things, that he sells out, he buys the lahw al hadith, then he hinders the people from the way of Allah. All this is based on the without any knowledge. The other thing is that what other things this man does. Akhaza are the root letters. Okay, 3 letters, they belong to fa'ala. And I just mentioned that you can make bigger words by adding alif and a ta. So it becomes alif and ta. And these 3 letters are kha and za. Now in Arabic grammar, so these are the words. By adding akhaza means to draw a conclusion. In Urdu say natija akhz karna, which means someone has drawn a conclusion. So akhaza is different. When you add alif and ta, it becomes a different words. It means to take. And when you add an alif and a ta, alif and alif, ta and kha and za. In the grammar, in the language, these 2 letters are pronounced as ta with a shadda. So it becomes ittakhaza. Ittakhaza means to take, to adopt something. Yattakhizu, he takes. Ya means 3rd person. So yattakhizu, he takes. Ha means it. It's pointing to the ilm. He takes this knowledge. How does he take this knowledge at? Hozo 1. Hozo 1 is a mockery. Ha, za and waw means to laugh at someone, to make fun of someone, to make ridiculous a statement. So that's the meaning of hazawa, and the noun is as hozo 1, matter of laughing. Okay. So what he does, he takes the ilm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he turns into a matter of laugh. He makes fun, he makes jokes about. When other people tell him, he laughs at them. So mockery is huzu 1, make fun. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the punishment of these people, ulaika, these are the people who do this thing, lahum, for them. Azabun is a common word, punishment, and mim, ha and noon are the root letters. Muhinun means disgraceful. Mahana means to humiliate someone, to disgrace someone. Muhinun means one who is disgraced. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, for him is a azab, and azab has a characteristic that he will humiliate him, he will disgrace him, he will be facing the humiliation in this worldly life as well as in the hereafter. Okay. So these are the explanation of these words. Inshallah we'll stop here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us understanding. Very powerful surah. Many other topics are coming in this one. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand the Quran and act upon it. Sadaqallahu al-Azim.